program for the town of Amherst and the town of Belchertown to involve smoke detector installations and home inspections. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dave Bowden. Dave's from the Office of the Fire Marshal. He's the State Code Compliance Officer.
Good afternoon. The Department of Fire Services is really excited to be part of this adventure today, working with the residents of Amherst and Belchertown and their firefighters in this new role to improve fire safety in their communities and protecting their communities. It's so vitally important to help members of the community learn about their responsibilities and their roles in fire prevention so that we can have a fire-safe community. What a lot of people don't realize is the magnitude of the fire problem. It's something that happens to somebody else. But in Massachusetts last year, we had over 17,000 fires. 14,000 of those fires occurred in buildings. The leading cause of fires in homes is cooking. Something that everybody does. 80 to 90% of the fires happen in places where we live. So out of those 14,000 fires, 80 to 90% happen in homes or apartments or dormitories or areas like that. Smoking materials remain the #1 cause of fatal fires. Although we've seen some improvements since Massachusetts passed the fire-safe cigarette law, we've seen fewer and fewer fires from cigarettes smoldering in upholstery or in bedding. Most fatal fires also occur at night. And sadly, most fatal fires happen where there are no operable smoke detectors. One of my responsibilities is to go out to fatal fires, and it's beyond belief that in almost every case there is not an operable smoke detector. For a $10 device and a $1 battery, people are dying. This program is a partnership between the fire departments and the members of the community to learn what's needed so that they can live in a fire-safe community. We know that fire safety education works. We have a student awareness for fire safety program in Massachusetts. Since it started 16 years ago, we've seen a 66% drop in the number of fire deaths among children. So we are trying to raise a fire-safe community, and we're starting in the elementary schools. There's still more to do. And using this model that we're going to talk about today, which is from the United Kingdom, we hope to continue to involve the community, involve the firefighters in this program to have a fire-safe community. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. How you doing? Amherst is one of a number of communities that have been picked to take part in this program. It's funded by DHS along with the Institute of Fire Engineers. And part of this is that we're more of a representative of towns across the country. It's been done in large cities. This is the first time it's been done in a town like ours. And we're going to be sort of a pilot program here. And because we kind of fit all four demographics, we've got our students, we've got our elders, young and low income residents here. So, and what we're going to do is involve our firefighters, those guys that are kind of stand around there, trying to hide right now, but in doing home safety visits, and we're going to try to help our residents better understand fire safety. What we plan to do is come out to the homes, frats, sororities too, and take a little walk through and just point out some spots where you may improve your level of safety. As Dave said, this began in the UK, and they've had a dramatic drop in fire incidents there. And one of the things is if you're going to need a visit from us, you can call us. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter too. So, and you're going to have a bunch of young, strong firefighters coming to your home, to your frat, to your sorority. So one of the things that I do want to leave you with is that the line we're going to use is that fire safety. It is a part of living. Thank you.
Has a candle next to the cooking equipment, next to the stuff hanging on the wall. Just stuff everywhere. And those are some of the hazards they will be looking for when they come out to do the life safety inspections. And they will just recommend that you move things away, keep them clear. You can also see the firefighters are getting ready. Our number one goal with this is education, but first we want safety. So these firefighters that are gearing up are UMass students. And they volunteer for the town on a group called Engine 3. Okay, as you can see, we're starting to get smoke. Small fire is, it's kind of hard to see with all the debris and everything in there, materials, but both fires have started in a wastebasket. You can now see a little bit of flames. The smoke is getting heavier. You guys may want to move over. Okay, now, see how quickly the smoke detector activated? That is alerting you that, hey, there's a problem. Get out of the house or the apartment. Make sure that you call 911. Even with the alarms ringing, you still want to call 911 and let them know that there's a problem. That way you know they're on their way to help you. Okay, now you have full flames. You can see them coming up. See? You can see the sprinkler head is activated, but unfortunately, because of the tapestry that's hanging across the ceiling, it hasn't reached the fire yet. But you saw how quickly the heat activated it. That's why we don't want things on the ceiling. But you can see it's also controlling the fire a little bit. The one on the left is now traveling across the ceiling. It's growing. But you can also see that the one on the right is being controlled by the sprinkler head, even though it's obstructed. And that's why sprinklers are such a great life safety device. Even with the heavy flame, the smoke detectors are still working, even though the one on the left is just about falling off the ceiling. Right? But again, the important thing to notice is the one on the right is controlling the fire and limiting the fire, even though it's obstructed by that tapestry. Imagine now, you can see the smoke is going up, straight up, but imagine if you were in a house or an apartment and there were 4 walls and a ceiling all around you. You wouldn't have the fresh air that's venting like this. You're ready. Don't get this. Back up a little bit, guys. Notice the difference in the size of the fire, though, how well the sprinkler controlled it, even though it was obstructed and not allowed to do its job completely. You can see anything? The fire is knocked down, it's not out completely. Now they would start doing overhaul and getting that stuff cleaned up. Notice how thick the smoke is, even, like I said, we're outside. Imagine if you were inside a building. You notice the first thing I did was duck, and that's what you should do in a smoky environment, is get down low, because trust me, the oxygen's a little bit better down here, and it's cooler. See? Yeah. Okay? Once the smoke clears, we'll be around to answer any questions. We'll actually move the safety line in a little bit once the fire is completely knocked down, so you can look at what the results are. All right? And again, we We strongly recommend that you take advantage of this free program to have a life safety inspection of your off-campus housing and install more smoke detectors if you need them. Thank you for attending today. Appreciate it. Hope everybody has a good day.
We can have Thursday.
Okay, so tell me a little about what we're doing here.
Okay, today was a kickoff event for a program that's being started in the town of Amherst and the town of Belchertown. And what it is we're going to go, town fire departments will go off campus and conduct life safety inspections in off-campus housing for students. It's a free service. They'll do the life safety inspections. If they find that the house needs more smoke detectors, they'll install them for them. And again, it's all free of charge. And it's a chance, we have a lot of control over what happens in the residence halls on campus when it comes to fire safety. But off campus, it's not as well controlled or as well monitored. So this is a chance for them to get a free service that'll help protect them, make them safer, and it's also a chance for us to get off campus and help make sure everything's safe.
I heard you guys giving away a lot of smoke detectors.
Yep, there's about 15,000 of them. So.
15,000, really? Wow.
Yep.
Okay, very cool. So what are you guys hoping the students took away from this?
What we're hoping they took away from it is, one, how quickly fire grows. There's kind of a lackadaisical attitude about, I got time to get out. And that's whether it's students and, older adults, they all think they've got more time than they really do. We also want to show that how soon the smoke detector sounded to alert them to a problem. And the other thing is, ideally, you'll have both sprinklers and smoke detectors, and you noticed in the burn, even though the sprinkler had been obstructed, it controlled the fire and didn't allow it to grow as much as the fire was unsprinkled. So we want them to realize, basically, when the alarm sounds, get out, use the nearest exit. One of the other problems we have on campus is our security requires the students to swipe in one door all the time. And what happens is we now train the students to use just that door. Whereas during an emergency, we wanted to use the nearest exit or get out, get away from the building, and call the fire department.
So really, the combination of having the smoke detector and the smoke alarm and the sprinkler is that they can be alerted, get out, and the sprinkler can kind of help them.
Right, because the sprinkler's always there. So the smoke detector is going to give them early morning, hey, you got to get out, call the fire department. The sprinkler is going to control the fire and stop it from growing until the fire department actually arrives on the scene. And the other thing with residential sprinklers is they're designed to activate quicker at a lower temperature than a normal sprinkler head in a building. But also they're designed to give the occupants more time to get out and keep the fire down small to make sure that people get out.
Anything you want to add?
No, other than just if the alarm sounds, get out of the building as soon as the alarm sounds and use the nearest exit. Okay?